No. No. So, Chris McCandless, he was a pretty nice guy. He was a wilderness survivalist. You know, going out, he had that mindset of just dropping everything and going out, living in the wilderness of Alaska. He went into the wild. And today I'm just going to teach you guys the priorities of how to survive. Survive your neighborhood jungles, your inner city, the Sahara, Antarctica, Alaska, and other places with me. First aid is your very first priority, because when you're out living in the wilderness, you can die from almost anything. Like, I got a paper cut on my leg right there. Can you see that? Ow. So it's very important to know skills before that becomes infected. When you're living with other people and you see like an unconscious person who's bleeding out and not breathing, always focus on breathing first, because it's better to have them breathe than to let them bleed out, because you need to be able to, like, 3 minutes without oxygen leads to death. There's just no way around that. So just learn how to make medicines from plants that are all around. Oh, hey guys, yeah, I was just catching up on some nightly reading, even though it's only 5 o'clock in the day, in my beautiful shelter. Thanks, Dane, for helping me. So, your second priority in wilderness survival is a shelter. You can survive up to 3 hours in some extreme conditions without it, but, when it's 130 degrees out or 20 below zero, it's always important to have shelter. Keeps you nice, dry, keeps the wilderness out. It's a place you can call home, do whatever you want in it. It'll provide protection from the rain, especially if you have a tarp over it. I'm pretty lucky, we just found this stuff right there. So, and there's all kinds of shelters you can build, like igloos or lean-tos, just leaning a stick against the tree and placing sticks all around it, throwing leaves on it to waterproof it. You can dig a hole and bury yourself in it, but have air, protect you from the desert sun. In wilderness survival, fire most of the time will be your second priority. Next to your third, next to your shelter and first aid. Keeps you warm, keeps you hot, so stay hot and dry. So, when starting fires, this is actually not a lighter. This is a fire starting device. Very important. And when you start fires, basically there are 3 elements creating a successful fire: heat, fuel, and oxygen. So your fire needs to be able to breathe. There needs to be that point of ignition where it's hot enough to just light everything, and your fuel. So since all that is right here, we're good. So fire is kind of like a psychological aid. It helps you. And when you create fire, there's that primeval caveman-like instinction of I'm successful. I did this myself. And you can cook your food, you can boil water, you can just do all that, but you need to make sure that your fire is inside an enclosed area. You don't want a forest fire. Oh, hey Zane, what you got there?
Hey bro, I just got some gasoline over here.
Whoa, gasoline! I love that stuff. Gasoline is very dangerous, kids, so when you're doing this, do it good. That'll keep you warm. This. No! I ran out of water. So water is your next priority after first aid, shelter, fire, because a person can live up to 3 days without water. Now, going without water is pretty painful death. The body is made of 75% water, and you need to replenish all that water that you sweat, that you breathe, that you pee, whatever you do, whatever you're into. And just always, when you build a shelter, always be somewhere near water. You don't want to just be out in the middle of the desert next to no sorts of underground mud. So right here is 3 days worth of water. It's like 8 ounces per thing, and there's 6 ounces. Always be by some body of water. Water is contaminated. It's filled with bacteria, especially in the wilderness, and you just have to filter it out. So get like a water filter. You can take metal containers that can hold water and you put it in fire and it'll boil it. So like soup cans and stuff. That's dinner, so you'll see that later. And yeah, always just have a good source of water, that because you need to survive. Water helps so much. Animals are attracted to water, so if you go hunting looking for plant life, find some water.
Where the crap is William? What are you doing, Will?
Oh, I was praying to our, gods. Oh, look. Food.
That's my cat, not my...
Oh, what?
Will?
I can't hear you. I'm getting dinner.
No.
Yeah, just always be smart when you're doing something. Like if you're carving a spear or your iPhone 6 out of a stick, always carve away. Never carve towards you, because you can go, oh, God, ah! Then you'll know that first aid is very important. And so here are some various weapons that Zing and I have made, like this lawnmower bladed machete. We sell these for $20. Come buy some. Yep, very nice paracord handle or wood, whatever you want.